We're back. Thanks for staying with us. Joined now by Dr. David Cunic. He's the CEO of UCS Advisors. David, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on, Don. Really do appreciate it.
Now, David, I know you're very bullish on the cannabis industry. What's the latest with the sector going on?
The latest is people are paying attention to the East Coast, and they're also really paying attention, I'm happy you're sitting down, to the state of Alabama. And yes, I said Alabama, because if they can pass their medical marijuana laws, I think it's going to really open up opportunities for other states to implement medical marijuana as well as recreational marijuana laws.
Now, I never would have figured Alabama being a swing state for the cannabis industry.
A lot of people really haven't. And what's really interesting is to see how many people on the West Coast are now starting to flock out here to the East Coast, specifically New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, because the opportunity is ripe to really to invest in this industry right now.
Well, it's really kind of funny because you know that cannabis is taking over the country slowly but surely, because we see guys like Snoop Dogg being media personalities.
Exactly. And if we were to parlay this to the publicly traded companies, and especially in the micro cap industry, these companies are doing well before financial institution funding. Before these financial institutions come in and back any of these micro cap companies, they're doing well and they're moving forward. So when things change, especially with the Safe Banking Act, and you can see these institutional money come in behind these microcap companies in cannabis, you're going to see a big explosion.
Well, I know there's been talk nationally about making marijuana federally legal. And if that happens, that's going to open up this industry to a degree that we couldn't even predict a couple of years ago.
It truly is. And then if we were to take another step further, cannabis or marijuana, if you want to call it, actually for some states, it's their top agriculture product that they're actually producing in their state, such as in the state of Maine.
Really? In the state of Maine, it's a top agricultural product?
Yep. It was just announced a couple months ago. Correct.
Now, as you mentioned, a lot of small cap companies are involved in cannabis. How's that working out for them, in this COVID atmosphere that we're in?
It's actually working out very well for them because there was a huge need for their product. The price of their product actually increased due to demand. And you're also really seeing a lot of these ancillary services, or as we like to say, the non-plant touching companies. They're doing well and their services are needed even more. And what's interesting, you're seeing a lot of these SPACs, because the popularity is SPAC these days. They're really getting involved in the cannabis sector.
I know you advise a lot of companies. Are you starting to advise them about their operations in the post-COVID world?
We truly are. We've been advising a lot of the companies to really, especially see what kind of talent is out there for hiring additional employees. You're seeing a great amount of employees and upper management who used to work for Fortune 200 companies, Fortune 100 companies, that are now leaving that space and want to do something in the cannabis sector.
Once again, the company's UCS Advisors, ucsadvisor.com is their website. David, always a pleasure having your program. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Don.